Okay, now we move on to the final rounds of the high school competition. Let's start by welcoming the teams to the stage. First, the winners of the Yukon Engineering Northeast Regional Science Bowl, coming into this morning with just one loss in double elimination. They were high school champions last year, representing Lexington, Massachusetts, and our Team A for this final. Please welcome to the stage Lexington High School. Representing Lexington are Evan, Damon, William, Owen, and Shreyas. The Lexington team are coached by Nick Gould and John Jiang. Coaches, thank you for guiding the team. Next, the winners of the Montgomery College, Maryland, and DC Regional Science Bowl with no loss in double elimination, representing Silver Spring, Maryland, with the shortest commute to nationals, and our Team B for this final, please welcome to the stage Montgomery Blair High School. Representing Montgomery Blair are Uni, Jason, Kian, Catherine, and Evan. And the Montgomery Blair team are coached by Eric Lodahl. Coach, thank you for guiding your team. All right, let's have a round of applause for both teams. Coach and alternates, please return to your seats. Yes, they have. All right, we've introduced the officials already. Just to remind you, for this first round, I'll be reading the toss-up questions and the non-visual bonus questions. Anna will be reading the visual bonus questions and will recognize you when you buzz in on a toss-up question. And Phelan and Dean will be the question judges for this round. Now, on to the competitors for this round. We're going to ask the students to introduce themselves and test the buzzers at the same time. So, starting on my left with A3 and then working your way across the stage, please buzz in, wait to be recognized by Anna, and then tell us your name, what grade you're in, and what you're interested in doing after high school.
A3.
I'm William, I'm a junior, and I'd be interested in studying neuroscience.
Thank you.
A2.
My name is Shreyas, I'm a senior, and I'm interested in studying computer science and earth science.
Excellent.
A captain.
I'm Evan, I'm a junior, and I'm interested in doing physics and math research.
Thank you.
A1.
I'm Damon, I'm a senior, and I will be interested in mechanical and biological engineering.
Excellent.
B1.
I'm Kian, I'm a junior, and I'm interested in studying biochemistry.
B captain.
I'm Uni, I'm a senior, and I'm also interested in studying biochemistry.
B2.
I'm Evan, I'm a junior, and I'm interested in studying quantum physics.
B3.
I'm Catherine, I'm a senior, and I like to study biological engineering.
Wonderful. Thank you all very much. So this is the high school double elimination round 10. Lexington comes in with one loss in DE. Montgomery Blair has no losses yet. Therefore, if Montgomery Blair wins this round, they will be the National Science Bowl champions. If Lexington wins this round, we'll proceed to one more round, round 11, to decide the champions. Each round will consist of two 12-minute halves. For non-visual bonus questions, you'll have 20 seconds to answer. For visual bonuses, you'll have 30 seconds to answer. Both teams will be able to see the images for the visual bonus questions on screens in their tables, and for the audience, they will once again appear on the screens around the room. Audience, we know you're rooting for the teams. You did a great job during the middle school competition, but please make sure, again, if you turn any electronic devices on, please turn them off. Please be silent during the round. Before we get started, one quick round of applause for both teams. All right, I think we're ready to get started. Team A, are you ready to begin? Team B, are you ready? Okay, well, best of luck to both teams. We're going to start with a toss-up for both teams. This is high school double elimination round number 10, toss-up number 1, energy short answer. Scientists at Jefferson Lab are using 1,4-dioxane as a solvent for chemical reactions. This is a heterocycle with how many members?
B captain.
6.
6 is correct. Your bonus in energy will be short answer. Scientists supported by the Department of Energy are studying neutrinos as part of the Minerva experiment. Identify all of the following 3 characteristics that differ between neutrinos and antineutrinos. 1, lepton number. 2, chirality. 3, electric charge.
What was 2?
Chirality.
Yes, 1 and 2, I think.
You sure? Chirality, electric charge.
And lepton number.
Lepton number difference.
Not lepton.
No, wait, lepton number was 1.
Yeah.
1 and 2, I think. They differ.
1, 2.
1 and 2.
1 and 2 is correct. Toss-up number 2 is in physics, short answer. According to the virial theorem, the time average kinetic energy of a planet orbiting its star is equal to its time average potential energy. Interrupt.
B, Captain.
-1/2.
Is correct. Your bonus in physics is short answer. In Hamiltonian mechanics, the time derivative of some function of the coordinates and momenta is given by what operation acting on this function and the Hamiltonian?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Legendre transformation.
No, I'm sorry, it's the Poisson bracket. Toss-up number 3 is for both teams, is in math and is multiple choice. For a least squares regression line for a set of data points, residuals are calculated. These residuals are distances from the points to the line that are which of the following? W, signed and perpendicular. X, signed and vertical. Y, unsigned. Interrupt.
A2.
X.
Is correct. And your bonus question will be visual.
Math, short answer. The image shows an example of the Archimedean solid known as the rhombicosi dodecahedron. It is composed of equilateral triangle, square, and regular pentagonal faces with the same side lengths and has the same configuration of polygons around each of its vertices. How many vertices, how many faces, and how many edges does this polyhedron have?
The faces is 62. Edges and vertices. Vertices should just be 5 times 12, which is 60. And that makes edges 120.
Okay, great. That makes sense. Okay.
62 faces, 120 edges, and 60 vertices.
That is correct.
Toss-up number 4, biology short answer. People with end-stage kidney failure often have anemia. This is because the kidneys normally secrete. Interrupt.
A1.
EPO? EPO?
That is correct. Your bonus question in biology is short answer. Assuming a human population is in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, if 25% of the population has the O blood type and 24% has the A blood type, then what percentage will have the AB blood type?
AB? EB. Yeah. 25O?
Yeah, 25 is O, 24 is A.
24 is A. AB? Blood type.
Surely,
It should be like the difference. So like
okay.
41 times A.
5 seconds.
What's that percentage? Say something. 10? 10.
Tom.
10.
Sorry, the correct answer was 12%.
Say 12.
Toss-up number 15 is in chemistry and is multiple choice. Marcus theory is commonly used to model which of the following processes? W, electron transfer reactions. X, proton shuffling in enzyme active sites. Y, diffusion across membranes. Z, phase separation of polymers.
A, Captain.
Y.
I'm sorry, that's not correct.
B, Captain.
Z?
No, actually it was W, electron transfer reactions. Our next question is a toss-up in Earth and space, multiple choice. Which of the following interstellar media has the lowest density? W, coronal gas. Interrupt.
B2.
W.
W is correct. And your bonus question will be visual.
Earth and space, short answer. The image shown is a ternary diagram of the feldspar mineral group with some mineral phase names removed. Each vertex of the diagram represents a compositional end member, and the colored regions represent observed intermediate composition minerals. Using the numbers on the diagram, identify the 3 primary substituting metals that correspond to each end member.
So sodium at 2, calcium at 3.
Potassium.
Sure. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so potassium, sodium,
Calcium.
calcium.
1 is potassium, 2 is sodium, 3 is calcium.
That is correct.
Toss-up number 7 is in energy and it's multiple choice. Science at Pacific Northwest National Lab are applying nonlinear transformations to their data. before performing linear regression. Which of the following is a negative outcome of applying a nonlinear transformation to ordinary least squares? W, it oversimplifies computation and interpretation of the estimates. X, it increases the variance of the estimate. Y, it biases the estimate. Z, it reduces heteroscedasticity.
B, Captain.
Z.
Sorry, that's not correct.
A1.
Y.
Y is correct. And your bonus question will be visual.
Energy short answer. Scientists at Thomas Jefferson National Accelerator Facility are using lattice quantum chromodynamics to investigate charmonium resonances. Answer the following two questions about this plot depicting estimates of scattering amplitudes obtained from the lattice. 1. The plot shows scattering amplitudes of D mesons, which are the lightest mesons containing constituent charm quarks. What is the other constituent quark of a neutral D meson? 2. To one significant figure, and in mega electron volts, what is the rest mass energy of a neutral D meson?
Okay, one should be, wait, no, charm is up type, right?
Yeah, so shouldn't it be down?
So it should be anti-up.
And there's one big rest mass of in mega electron volts.
Yeah, we have this, but I'm not sure that's the common mass.
Which one's the?
500 to 1 secret?
That's 1 secret.
Okay,
No, I think the charm.
5 seconds.
Damn it.
just go.
1 is anti-up and 2 is 600.
That is not correct. 1 is an anti-up, but 2 is 2,000.
Okay, that's fine.
Toss-up number 8 is in math, short answer. What is the sum of the cubes of the first 9 positive integers?
A2.
1296.
Sorry, that's not correct.
B2.
2025.
Is correct. And your math bonus question is short answer. 4 sets of triplets enter a room in single file. In how many different ways can this be done if each set of triplets is together in the line?
Five seconds.
30164.
No, I'm sorry, it's 31,104. Toss-up question number 9 for both teams is in Earth and space, multiple choice. Which of the following is primarily responsible for planetary warming following the most recent snowball Earth event 640 million years ago? W, increase in solar luminosity. X, outgassing of CO. Interrupt.
A2.
X.
X is correct. Your bonus question, Earth and space, will be multiple choice. In Earth's interior, the Gutenberg discontinuity is a seismic wave discontinuity that separates which of the following? W, crust and mantle. X, lithosphere and asthenosphere. Y, upper mantle and lower mantle. Z, lower mantle and outer core.
We'll go with your gut. Gutenberg is that?
I don't think it's upper mantle, lower mantle.
Wait, Gutenberg is outer core, isn't it?
Right, I think that's
Okay,
what I think.
okay.
I think it's
Evan.
Okay.
Okay.
Z.
Z is
Nice.
correct. Toss-up number 10, biology short answer. What phenomenon explains how all 61 codon amino acid pairings can interrupt?
B3.
Wobble?
Wobble is correct. And your bonus question is visual.
Biology short answer. Respectively, identify the two structures labeled A and B in this image of a plant ovule.
Plant ovule.
Because there's 2, right? That makes sense. Because antipodal's on this side, synergid's on this side. A synergid cells. B is micropyle.
A is synergids, B is micropyle.
That is not correct. A is the archegonia, and B is the micropyle.
Toss-up 11, physics multiple choice. In quantum mechanics, the Hamiltonian operator always has which of the following properties? W, Hermitian. Interrupt.
A, Captain.
W.
Is correct. And your bonus in physics is short answer. In rotational dynamics, what is the term for the wobble in the orientation of a rotating object's axis as it precesses due to the misalignment of the object's angular momentum and its angular velocity?
Nutation?
That's the only one I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nutation.
Is correct. Our next question is a toss-up in chemistry and it's multiple choice. According to the Woodford-Hoffman rules, which of the following are ways in which a 1,7 sigmatropic hydrogen shift can occur? W, thermal antirofacial shift and photochemical antirofacial shift. X, thermal suprafacial shift and photochemical antirofacial shift. Y, thermal antirofacial shift and photochemical suprafacial shift. Z, thermal suprafacial shift and photochemical suprafacial shift.
B, Captain.
Why?
Is correct. And your bonus question will be visual.
Chemistry short answer. Depicted in the image is a technique used to simulate microscopic chemical systems. Answer the following 3 questions about this image. 1, what is the name of this technique? 2, in this technique, interactions between atoms are modeled by a force field, which often contains contributions from electrostatics and van der Waals forces. These van der Waals forces are most often modeled by what interatomic potential? 3, this simulation is run under conditions of constant volume, temperature, and number of particles. What statistical ensemble is being sampled in this simulation?
Canonical. Volume temperature. Canonical. Sure. I think so. Constant temperature. Yeah. 1 is molecular dynamics, 2 is Leonard-Jones potential, and 3 is canonical ensemble.
That is correct.
Toss-up 13, biology short answer. Ginger and turmeric are both examples of what type of modified plant stem that interrupt?
A1.
Rhizome.
Is correct. And your bonus question in biology is multiple choice. Which of the following best describes how 5-bromouracil induces mutations? W, it causes double-strand breaks in DNA. X, it intercalates between DNA bases, distorting the helix. Y, it acts as a thymine analog and pairs with guanine instead of adenine. Z, it forms covalent bonds with adenine, preventing replication.
I think it's Z. 5-bromouracil. Because I feel like it'll react with adenine. What do you think?
What? Isn't it kind of like thymine?
It is kind of like adenine. So do you want to say why?
Why is like it substitutes for thymine?
5 seconds.
And then does stuff.
Okay.
Why?
Y is correct.
Good job.
That is the end of the first half.
Very good.
The score at half is Lexington 64, Montgomery Blair 54. We'll take a 2-minute break.
Criminal mistake. Okay, don't
The seats.
Appropriate. My first round had a...
All right, if I could please take your seats. Please take your seats. I'd like to resume the competition. All right, we have a great match going here. Team A, any substitutions at the half? Any questions at the half? Team B, same question. Any substitutions? Any questions? All right, Lexington, are we ready to resume? Montgomery Blair, are we ready? All right, best of luck to both teams. We've gone through 13 questions, 12 remain. We're going to pick up with question number 14. It's a toss-up in energy, need a short answer. Ames National Laboratory has discovered a natural mineral, myosite, that also acts as an unconventional superconductor. To demonstrate that it is unconventional, they showed a temperature dependence for the degree that magnetic fields can enter the superconductor. Interrupt.
B, Captain.
London penetration depth.
Is correct. And your bonus question is visual.
Energy short answer. Scientists at Oak Ridge National Lab are using the technique depicted in the image called singular value decomposition to compress magnetohydrodynamic data. Singular value decomposition takes a data matrix, A, and produces the three matrices labeled U, sigma, and V. Answer the following two questions about the image. 1. Which of the three matrices, U, sigma, or V, contains the singular values of A? 2. Singular value decomposition, when performed on A, can be seen to accomplish what dimensionality reduction method that can be computed via eigen decomposing the covariance matrix of A?
What was 2 asking? What dimensional reduction?
For one, I feel like it's the same. Okay. So what about the
Dimensional reduction. I don't think so. QPCA. One is U, 2 is QPCA.
That is not correct. 1 is sigma and 2 is PCA.
Toss-up 15, Earth and space, multiple choice. Which of the following best explains why no globular clusters can be seen in the zone of avoidance, which is approximately within plus or minus 10 degrees of the galactic plane? W, the dense dust and gas in the plane of the Milky Way obscures our view of distant objects. X, globular clusters are gravitationally repelled by the galactic center. Y, the zone of avoidance is a void area where no astronomical objects interrupt.
A2.
Z.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. I'll repeat for Team B, toss-up Earth and space, multiple choice. Which of the following best explains why no globular clusters can be seen in the zone of avoidance, which is approximately within plus or minus 10 degrees of the galactic plane? W, the dense dust and gas in the plane of the Milky Way obscures our view of distant objects. X, globular clusters are gravitationally repelled by the galactic center. Y, the zone of avoidance is a void area where no astronomical objects exist. Z, tidal forces tore apart all clusters in the galactic plane.
B2.
X.
No, I'm sorry, it was W. Toss-up question number 16 for both teams, physics short answer. What three index symbol in general interrupt?
B, Captain.
Levi-Civita symbol.
Sorry, that is not correct. I'll repeat for Team A, toss-up physics short answer. What three index symbol in general relativity, which can be computed from a derivative of the metric tensor, is used to construct covariant derivatives?
A, Captain.
Christoffel symbol.
Is correct. And your bonus question will be visual.
Physics short answer. Shown in the image is the Feynman diagram for muon decay. What is the identity of the intermediate particle indicated with the question mark?
Surely just W minus, right?
Okay, if you all agree with that, go with that. Yeah.
W minus.
That is correct.
Nice. Toss number 17, chemistry multiple choice. The Hoffman elimination is an example of what type of reaction? WE1, XE2, YE1CB, 2, ZE2CB.
B, Captain.
E2.
Is correct. And your bonus question will be visual.
Chemistry short answer. Shown in the image is a Walsh correlation diagram for the transition between planar and trigonal pyramidal geometries for AH3, where A is an arbitrary atom. Answer the following two questions about this image. 1. If the arbitrary atom is nitrogen, what is the identity of the highest occupied molecular orbital? 2. The orbital denoted 3a1 can be thought of as a linear combination of what two other orbitals pictured in the diagram?
There's 5, 7, 1A2 double prime, and 2A1 prime. And
5 seconds.
1 is 1A2 double prime, 2 is 2A1 prime, and 2E prime.
That is not correct. 1 was 2a1, and 2 is 2a1 prime and 1a2 double prime.
Toss-up number 18 is in math. Short answer. A regular octahedron has edges of length 4. What is its surface area?
B2.
32 root 3.
Is correct. And your bonus question is visual.
Math short answer. The toy shown in the first image has 4 differently colored balls that fit in a total of 6 holes. When the giraffe's head is pressed, the balls jump and pop around, changing positions until they settle into 4 of the holes. After noting the positions of the balls before pop, what is the probability that, after the pop, the 2 empty spaces remain empty and the 4 balls have all changed from their original positions, as in the example shown in the second image?
All 14. Yeah, that's all 14. All 14.
So like 1 over 40. One check.
1 over 40.
1 over 40.
That is correct.
Toss-up number 19 is in biology and it's multiple choice. Which of the following functional groups forms disulfide bridges? W, interrupt.
B1.
Dial.
Sorry, it's not correct. I'll repeat for Team A, toss-up biology multiple choice. Which of the following functional groups forms disulfide bridges? W, sulfate. X, sulfhydryl. Y, sulfite. Z, methyl.
A1.
X.
X it is. And your biology question and your bonus question will be visual.
Biology short answer. For this mammalian phylogenetic tree, place the following 6 orders where they belong, going in order from A to F. 1. Chiroptera. 2. Marsupialia. 3. Perissodactyla. 4. Primates. 5. Rodentia. 6. Sirenia.
Okay. C is 4. C is primates. One is, let's say like B1. B is 1. 2 is A.
5 seconds.
4 is D. And then make up ones for the other
What?
ones.
Time.
Okay.
Sorry, time was called. It was 2, 6, 4, 5, 3, 1.
Toss-up question number 20 is for both teams. In chemistry, short answer. Rank the following 3 carbonyl compounds in order of increasing pKa. 1, 2,4-pentadione. 2, acetaldehyde. 3, ethyl acetate.
B, Captain.
1, 2, 3.
Is correct. And your bonus question is in chemistry, short answer. Identify all of the following 3 molecules that belong to the point group C3V. 1, CH4.
No.
2, POCl3. 3, CO2.
I think 2 only, yeah.
2 only, yeah.
2 only.
2 only is correct. Question 21 is a toss-up in Earth and space, multiple choice. A rock exposure contains a sequence of sheeted mafic dikes immediately next to gabbro. What is the most likely identity of this geologic unit? W, stable craton. X, ancient oceanic crust. Interrupt.
A2.
X.
X is correct. Your bonus question in Earth and space will be short answer. Paleontologists estimate that the background extinction rate for all species is approximately 1 × 10 to the negative 7th per year. Giving your answer in years in scientific notation with 2 significant figures, what is the amount of time it would take for half of all species to go extinct?
Like log, I'm gonna assume it's log base 1 minus 1 times 10 to the 7th of 1/2. So that's gonna be like
5 seconds.
5 times 10 to the 6th.
No, I'm sorry, it's 6.9 times 10 to the 6th. Okay, that's fine. Toss to question number 22, math short answer. A room contains 90 students and 10 teachers. If all teachers remain in the room, how many students would need to leave the room so that it contains 60% students?
B2.
65.
I'm sorry, that is not correct.
A2.
50.
No, the answer is 75. Toss at 23, physics short answer. A Foucault pendulum is at the North Pole, takes 24 hours to complete a full rotation. If another Foucault pendulum is constructed at a location where the sign of the latitude is 0.6, then to the nearest integer hour, how long does it take for this pendulum to complete one full rotation?
B, Captain.
60.
I'm sorry, that is not correct.
A, Captain.
14.
I'm sorry?
14.
Sorry, can you give me the numbers, please?
14.
Give us the digits.
1, 4.
No, I'm sorry, that's not correct. The correct answer is 40, 40. Toss-up 24 is an energy short answer. Scientists at Thomas Jefferson National Accelerator Facility are improving the efficiency of their superconducting cavities. What theory explains superconductor interrupt?
B, Captain.
BCS theory.
Is correct. Your bonus in energy is short answer. Scientists at Lawrence Berkeley National Lab are using synthetic biology techniques to produce their group of molecules that contain carbone, carotenoids, and natural rubber. What is this group of secondary metabolites?
Isoprenoids.
Terpenoids. Pretty sure they're terpenoids.
Five seconds.
Terpenoids.
Is correct. Toss-up 25 is in biology, short answer. Whether electrons go through cyclic or linear electron flow in plant photosynthesis depends on whether they are passed to NADP reductase or plastoquinone from what iron interrupt?
A1.
Paradoxon.
Is correct. And your bonus question is in biology, short answer. Iona is researching a signaling pathway in which 6 kinases can phosphorylate a substrate protein. In her study, exactly 3 of these kinases need to phosphorylate the substrate to activate the pathway. If the probability of each kinase phosphorylating the substrate is 0.8 and each kinase acts independently, what is the probability that exactly 3 kinases phosphorylate the substrate?
Exactly 3, so that's 0.8. What's 60? Okay, wait, second.
256 over 5 to the 5. 256 over what's 5 to the 5?
3125.
Yeah, so I think it's
5 seconds.
256 over 3125.
Is correct.
If you could all give us a couple of minutes, we do have a procedure in place for this. Just give us 2 minutes to settle out.
That's tough.
Everyone can please take your seats. Please take your seats. So we are entering into new territory. This has never happened before at the national finals, as far as I know. But we have a procedure. So the way it's going to work is we're going to have a tiebreaker round now. There's going to be 5 toss-up questions, no bonus questions. There is no overall time. We're going to read through all 5 questions. And it's the same rules as for normal toss-up questions. So if you interrupt, you get it incorrect, 4 points to the opposing team. If you buzz in normally, get it incorrect, 0 points. Correct answer worth 4 points. Okay? So we're going to read through all 5 questions. Whichever team has more points at the end of these 5 toss-up questions will be the winner of this round. 5 seconds time, normal time limits apply for a toss-up question. So you have 5 seconds once I complete reading the question to give your answer. Any questions from Team B? Questions from Team A?
So for clarification, because this is different from how we practice tiebreakers, incorrect answer is no penalty.
As long as it's not an interrupt, there is no penalty.
Okay.
So if the question's been read completely, you get it correct, 4 points, incorrect, 0. If you interrupt, you get it correct, 4 points. If you interrupt incorrect, 4 points to the other team.
Okay.
Okay? Team A, any questions before we begin? Team B, any questions?
No.
Okay. Best of luck to both teams. We're going to our high school tiebreak. Question number 1, biology short answer. What structure formed from the remnants of a follicle after ovulation secretes interrupt?
A1.
Corpus luteum.
Is correct. Question number 2, chemistry short answer. Consider the hypothetical reaction A yields B for which the equilibrium constant K is equal to 10. If the initial concentration of A is 10 molar and there's initially no B, then to 2 significant figures and in molar, what would be the equilibrium concentration of B?
B1.
9.1.
Is correct. Question number 3, Earth and space short answer. The Saffir-Simpson scale is used to describe the strength of interrupt.
B2.
Hurricanes?
Is correct. Question 4, math short answer. In the integers modulo 24, what is the additive inverse of 9?
B2.
15.
Is correct. Question 5, physics short answer. As a percentage, what is the efficiency of a Carnot engine operating between reservoirs at 220 kelvins and 400 kelvins?
B1.
45%.
Is correct. And with that, Montgomery Blair has won this round, and because they have no losses, they are 2025 National Science Bowl high school champions. Please congratulate Montgomery Blair High School. On the money. That's how you do it. Please also congratulate Lexington High School, our runners-up in the 2025 National Science Bowl high school competition. All right, we'll now take a quick 2-minute break while we set up for the next stage of our program. So 2-minute break.